Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille and today is 8th of March 2020. Welcome to live number 72. Today I want to talk about why you may want to think to start to treat your partner like a child and why it is good. I hope it'll be enough intriguing to get you on this video. Listen, when I was preparing this, so many videos I recorded until now, and when I was thinking about how basically build relationship, what kind of approach you should have, many times it went through my head, especially lately as well, that it all looks like the best way is to treat her, in our perspective as guys, treat her like a child. But I never thought about, I was kind of opposed naming a video this way or kind of approach this whole thing this way because I say it's gonna be sound like something degrading that you've got to treat her like a child. And even if I'll do this and explain this, I thought, no, let's just don't go this way. But a few days ago I found a video of on YouTube, and I was browsing through that. One of the videos, the guy basically said that you have to treat your partner like a child, and I said, that's interesting that someone else is thinking the same way. But I had no time to go through that video to watch it. But then I thought maybe that's a good thing, because let me try to think why I got to that conclusion as well. Because when I kind of figure out this and then gonna watch the video, maybe this guy will have like a different approach or different arguments. It's gonna give me like much bigger picture if I would spend time of thinking about it myself first. And I like to do this because it kind of helps me to push myself forward and farther in understanding things. So these are the three things. I want you to kind of understand why you might want to think that it's a good idea. Because first of all, if you put yourself in position of parent or as a father, what do you feel about your child? It's like you love this person unconditionally. It's like that's the first thing that every parent will tell you. You, no matter what happens, you just love this person, just love this kid, you just cannot help yourself. You just love this person. And I thought to myself, this is interesting because as parents do this over and over again, and kind of spend every time, every second they have, every money, every penny they have to be with the child, to invest in this child. What would happen if you would have kind of the same approach to your person, to the person that you're with, to your significant other, to your girl in our case? That would be interesting to have this approach to, no matter what happens, no matter what is the situation, no matter what is said to me, what is done to me, for me to do whatever I do and say whatever I say out of place of love. This unconditional love, that no matter what they do, I'm gonna love them anyway. And that's very interesting, very interesting concept. And I said this is one of the best things you can do, because as we said over and over again, many things will happen in your life. You'll see different things. But the best way to approach it all is through love. Because love looks for solutions. Love, it's not this stupid thing that just allows itself to just take on yourself everything, whatever happens. No. Love means, okay, how can I help you? How can I help you to manage this thing? How can we use whatever happens to figure it out and build our relationship rather than destroy it? That's that simple. But first of all, you have to learn how to act out of love, of this unconditional love as you would have for your child. Point number 2. You see, the difference in between being a theoretical person and practical one is that you don't only say what you want to say, but you do what you say you're going to do. And the same thing happens here. The second thing you do for your child is you act unconditionally, like you care for them unconditionally. You're just gonna do whatever needs to be done for them, whether you're angry or not, because that's something we should say out loud. You can be angry, but still you're gonna do something to make this life of this person better. Look how it's gonna change your relationship with your girl, in your relationship, when you decide that no matter what happens, I'm gonna love her unconditionally, and no matter what happens, whether I'm gonna be okay, when I'll be peaceful and calm, or whether I'll be crushed, destroyed, and in pain, whatever I'm gonna do to make her life better, to help her, to put her in the first position, to put her head, to put her in or to do everything to so she would be protected, so she would be better off through all of this. And you see, some of you are saying, "Oh, this sounds like you're trying to make us this wusses that you're going to take everything upon yourself." I'm saying, tell me what's tougher, what's harder to accomplish? Explode and argue just because we feel so, or being patient and loving, no matter what happens? Tell me who is having bigger balls? Someone who takes care of your girl even if she hurt me so much, or someone who just say, the doors are there, just pack your stuff and get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. You see, that's why it's very, very important to look at it from a perspective of parent, because you don't do this to your child. When it's grown up, it's like 25 or 30, you still, what are you doing here? The doors are there. It's obvious. But normally when your child is like 5, you're not going to kick this child out of your door just because they did something stupid. They are kids. So, two things. Love unconditionally and take care of her unconditionally. But 3, this is something that was covered even bigger than all of this that I said before. You cannot divorce your child. You will always be the parent. Always, no matter what happens. Even when they go out of your house, have their family, you'll be like 90, you'll still treat your child as your child. He's always going to be your son, she's always going to be your daughter. And that's fascinating, because if you take this kind of concept and put it into a relationship, you'll see that changes the whole perspective. Because some of you are having this kind of approach. We are in love, everything is cool, we love each other, so beautiful. Then we got married, and after 6 months, a year, 2, 3, everything starts to become normal, kinda. Everything starts to be this thing that it's like there is no spark anymore. It's like the day-to-day routines they creep in and it kills this whole vibe. And then many people find themselves feeling like they are in jail, that they are in this hell that they cannot get out of, and that's why so many people are afraid to get married and so on. And then what they do, they try to start to see, is this the last argument? Is this the last thing that I allow her to do until I destroy this whole thing and quit? But if you have this kind of approach that there is no divorcing your child, and in this case you say, no, I'm not going to look for argument or way to kind of destroy this whole thing. Let him try to find a way to make this thing work. And you're gonna take all this focus that you have from looking how to win another argument towards how can I understand what happened and use it so we would kind of make this thing work and to fix the issues and then to find a way to make this whole thing much more enjoyable. It's just one thing. You're making a conscious decision never to allow to divorce your person. That's kind of strange, and some of yours are already knowing it's like this is the whole idea of marriage, and so I'm not gonna go there. But just have this mindset: love unconditionally, take care unconditionally, no matter what happens, no matter of your state, are you hurt, or doesn't matter. Just do something so she would feel protected and taken care of. And 3, don't ever think about divorcing her. Take your focus towards how to find the solutions, how to find the key to make this thing whole work. Because you will be surprised that when you change this whole perspective, you start to see that it gives you the position of kind of dominating in a relation, but not in negative way, but in positive one. Because if you're the leader, if you're the first one who is able to say sorry, you're the first one who just loves because you do. And then you're the first one who's just kind of reaching and giving her a hand to help her in whatever happens, just because you can, just because you put yourself in this position that I'm gonna love and I'm gonna take care of for her unconditionally. And then you don't look for winning arguments or whatever. You're looking for how to make this whole thing work. Then you start to see that this is the best thing I can do because it's just gonna work. Because in time you're gonna find a way how to how to find the keys to all of this. Because look, if you are together for 3 months, you don't really know anything. But if you're in your relationship for 5 years, you know that in time, you get your own lingo. You get your own inside jokes. You kind of build things together, your memories and experiences that you went through together, that they're only yours. And it's the same thing with finding key to fixing issues, to learning how to make this feeling more. It's just a matter of time. But you have to have this ability to say, no, I'm not going to divorce you. I'm going to find a way to make it work. So this is what I want you to take from this video. There are 3 things you may want to consider. 1, loving her unconditionally. 2, taking care of her unconditionally. And 3, stop looking for reason to divorce. Just find a way to make it work. Because as Tom Bailu said some time ago or a few days ago on his Instagram about achieving anything, he said, the only thing that matters is, will you persevere? Will you stick with it long enough to get great? Think about it, do something about it, and see you tomorrow.